Hey guys, Udon3D here with a tutorial, actually an update on a tutorial for Cinema 4D user Capricorn 8. I was inspired by this guy. He did some pretty awesome effect here in Cinema 4D, that explosion effect, and he has this tutorial on his YouTube channel. I checked it out, and it's quite impressive. Pretty simple, but the effect is quite impressive. But it seems like the things he was going through in his tutorial wasn't available on my version of Cinema 4D. I believe he was using an older version, and I'm using R14. So a lot of the steps he was doing, I just couldn't figure out. And looking at the comments on this video, it seems like there's a lot of other users that have had trouble as well. So after some digging myself, I figured out how to execute it in Cinema 4D R14. So yeah, let's get to it. I'll have all the links for Capricorn 8's tutorial in the description of this video as well. I'll put a link to the lynda.com YouTube video where I learned some of these other niggly little techniques that weren't in that Capricorn 8 video. Anyways, props to Capricorn 8 for inspiring all of us. This is just, I guess, elaborating on what he's taught us in the new version, R14 of Cinema 4D. Okay, let's do this. So, let's get our text. Capricorn 8 had used a cube, which was simple enough, but text is more difficult. Let's go to MoGraph, grab a MoText. Whoops. Man, I'm a Maya guy. I'm totally not Cinema 4D, so if I'm like fumbling around, please forgive me. Okay, so let's just name this Udon 3D. Let's get that there. I like to align it middle. This stuff is that I'm going through right now is totally cosmetic. There's nothing really to do with the new options. But I'm kind of a perfectionist sometimes, so I want to make it look good. So I don't like that font. Let's see. What do I got? I like Rave Party. Yeah, Rave Party. Check it out. Boom. I think this font is available on like the font or something. It's a free font. I'm going to change the kerning. Squeeze it in a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we got this MoText, right? But it's not a polygon. These are not polygons. We have to convert them to polygons. So during my research, I figured out how to make these polygons. You select the MoText, go to Mesh, Conversion, Current State to Object. Boom. We got all these new thingamabobbers. Let's clean this up. Let's delete this MoText first. We don't need it anymore. And now we have all of these, and it looks like they are, it says polygon object for this, but actually for these caps they're not polygons. I believe they are NURBs. Whoops. Oh my gosh, I'm a total noob. Look at this, total noob. So from my investigation, I discovered that these were in fact NURBs. So we have to convert them to polygons. So select the bottom one, go all the way to the top, whatever, just shift select. I just did a shift select. And after you select all of the objects, including the caps, so you open up each of these, click the pluses to open them up, and then go to select them, go to Objects, Connect Objects. Bang. So now it creates a single object. Maybe these were polygons. Maybe they actually were. They were just separated. But if you can see now, after I did that Connect Objects thing, there's artifacting here. So it made a duplicate of this whole logo into one object. So this is all that stuff. Just select it, you can delete it, and now 3D. This is the object we're going to be working with. One single mesh. Yeah, I think actually the previous stuff, they weren't NURBs, they were polygons, but just separate objects. And we just unified, we merged them all into one. So you select all of those nodes, go to Objects, and Connect Objects. Actually, I guess I could have done Connect Objects and delete. That might have been faster. But anyways, okay. So after you do that, you select it, and I wonder if I have to make this editable. I think it's editable already. So after selecting this, go into your points. I believe in Capricorn 8's tutorial there was like a line selector tool. I couldn't find that at all, but through the lynda.com video, he recommended the selecting points. So click on points. Now we see all of this stuff. If you can hear that, my little daughter is crying. I hope that doesn't stress you out. Used to stress me out, doesn't anymore. But you young guys, I hope it doesn't stress you out. Anyways, it looks like my wife got her, so it's all good. Anyways, so we're in points now. And we can either press K, the hotkey K, to go into knife mode, or you can go into mesh, create tools, and then again, this is R14, C4D R14, mesh, create tools, and knife right there. Bang. One thing to watch out for, I can use a knife right now, but I'll undo it. Whoop, see, there's a line there. But if you see the back, there's no line. Well, right there is, but not on that D. Now the issue is the n-gons. And when I read n-gons, I was like, what? Ghostbusters? No. It's what I know as illegal polygons. Polygons with more than 4 points, 4 verts. So after you select your knife tool, you have a bunch of options. And in the lynda.com video, the gentleman said, turn all of this stuff off, especially create n-gons. So all those options are off. I'm going to do another knife thing. Boop. And look at that. Look at that. And now I can slice away. Just slice your frustrations away. I feel like Bob Ross, but this is nowhere near as beautiful. So you can like keep doing this, I guess, if you want, a lot. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I guess I'm just going to leave it at that. So knife tool works in R14 this way. I could stop right here, but I went through the whole tutorial of Capricorn 8 after this with the Polyfx and the effector, the random effector, and all that stuff. And I did find a few weird things, and I'm not sure if it's an R14 thing, but if all you need to know is how to use that knife tool, then yeah, you can jump out right now. But I'm going to finish off by actually doing the entire tutorial that Capricorn 8 had on his channel, and I'm going to do it in R14 style. And again, I am not a pro at this software, so please excuse any of the mistakes and silly things that I do. Alright, so we got this guy. There, right? I'm going to go back into, what is it, model mode? Just out of points mode. And then I will go to MoGraph Polyfx. Drag that underneath my polygon. Bang. And then go to MoGraph again, effector, random. And I think this should, oh yeah, this was weird. This was weird. Now, I think on Capricorn 8's video, it like started working immediately, but not in R14. What I found out was, you gotta go into Polyfx. After you get the random effector, you gotta go into Polyfx. And, where is it now? So you select that, and then under effectors, I think you have to drop in your new effector. Boop. And there it is. It doesn't work immediately like in the Capricorn 8 tutorial. You have to, I'll do that again. Click on Polyfx, your Polyfx. Go into Effectors tab here, and just click and drag down. And now your random effector is now doing affecting. So now I've got random effector selected. Parameter, let's go to fall off, just like Capricorn 8 said. Sphere looks pretty sweet. And then I'll scale this guy up. Look at that. Look at that, huh? How dope is that? Brown. Burged. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Go back into the random. Fall off function. Oh yeah, the fall off, 100%. So it keeps moving. Keeps moving. That is dope. Yeah, I used to be an XSI. Actually, I used to be a Softimage 3D user way back in the day. Then I went to XSI. Now Softimage by Autodesk. Then went to Maya, and I've been a Maya user for the past 5 years. And yeah, I just heard about Cinema 4D recently. I know it's been around for a while, but I saw this stuff, and I'm like, that is cool. That is cool. Look at that. How cool is that? I don't know what kind of plugins and scripting you need to do in Maya to get this, but that's pretty dope. Look at that. Grarshk. That's pretty sweet. Anyways, so then we can go back into random here. Let's go into the parameter. Yep. Turn on scale. Uniform scale. Let's give it a little bit of scaling offset here so that when it goes through, stuff scales a little bit. Then turn on rotation. Oops, I didn't turn it on, did I? There we go, turn on. And since our camera view will be typically from this angle, that's going to be the z-axis there. I'm going to crank this z-axis. Let's see, let's bring this in. I'm going to crank that. Get most of the rotation in the z there. I guess P is Y. I'm not sure about these H. Well, I don't know. Is it German? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. That is dope. Oh, that's so sweet, man. So sweet. If I think about like how I would do this by hand, it's just what? Anyways, I could do this all day, and I could just zone out on it, but I won't. Alright, snap out of it. Let's go. Okay, so we got this burp thing going. It looks pretty cool. And then Capricorn 8 also mentioned using, to give it thickness, to give these polygons some thickness. They're just faces right now, just thin faces. To give it some density, some volume, thickness, he went in and got an explosion effects. Now this is another time where I ran into a little bit of a weirdness. he said just drop in the explosion effects under the Polyfx. I believe that's what he said. But I noticed that you have to actually put it under your polygon. So that's the first weird thing. So I drop it under the polygon, and then, oh crap, what did I do? And he said, yeah, get it out of the way, which is cool. So it's out of the way, but my faces are still faces. Like, look at that guy right there. He's like super thin, man. Man, eat a hamburger. What's up? And it looks like I got my exploding effect selected under cluster. It's got some thickness already, right? But it's weird. There's weird stuff happening. So I figured out that actually this explosion effects has to be under your polygon, your logo, but it also must be beneath the Polyfx in the stack. So select your Polyfx and then do that. So your Polyfx is still under your polygon, but it's affecting the polygons before the explosion effects. And now it works. Look at that thickness. That's awesome. And look at that. That is awesome. Let's pan out, see how that looks. Huh. Let's see. 3. Ah, that's sweet. Look at that. Maybe 4. Let's try 5. I'm generous. There we go. Look at that. There we freaking go. Blarg! Oh, what? I keep pressing my right mouse button. I don't know what it does. Holy crow, that is so dope, man. Look at that. Yeah, I could use some more detail, some more knife cuts there. But, yeah, that looks awesome. That looks awesome. Cool. I hope I helped some of you guys out that were asking questions on Capricorn 8's video. Anyway, so I guess that does it. Don't forget to leave a comment if you found this useful. Yeah, see you next time. Thanks for watching.